Join us this week as we go back to the summer of 2020 where we visited the Wichita Wildlife Refuge in Oklahoma. If you enjoy camping, hiking, wildlife, and beautiful scenery, this is one place you will not want to miss. Established in 1901, Wichita Mountains Wildlife Refuge is one of more than 556 refuges throughout the United States managed by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The Wichita Mountains Refuge was established to protect wildlife species that were in grave danger of extinction and to restore species that had been eliminated from the area. To that end, bison were reintroduced, along with elk and wild turkey. More recent reintroductions include the prairie dog, river otter, and burrowing owls. The refuge lies at a vegetational crossroad along the eastern edge of the southern Great Plains region. It encompasses 50,000 acres, of which approximately 20,000 acres are open mixed grass prairie, with the remaining being forest, rock croppings, and mountainous terrain. I would say it's closer to a Rocky Mountain or Texas terrain type feel that I'm accustomed to.
So this week we are at Wichita Falls. Oh, take that back. It's Wichita Mountain. We've been here all weekend. I'm gonna try something a little different this time around. I'm gonna take our time and kind of explore. Usually, one of the things I'm learning is usually I get in a rush and the compositions, I just go with the first one I find, and I don't take my time and figure out the best one. So I'm gonna take my time today, look around and see if I can't find the best one. All too often I leave an area like this and I realize after the fact that if I would have just zoomed in or moved to the left a little bit or etc., that I would have had a better picture. So I'm gonna take our time, see what we can't find. So Wichita Mountains, that's in Oklahoma. Kind of reminds me of Colorado. Very rocky, kind of almost desert-like, little prairies, open range. It's very nice. This is a beautiful trail. Reminds me of Colorado mountains. This is the hardest part for me, especially since I'm out of shape. It's not very far, but it's kind of boulderous. Is that a word? There are a lot of boulders, a lot of rocks. Very neat, check it out. It's a pretty day. Gotta be careful with these rocks. Somebody as heavy as me, lose my balance too easily. It's good exercise though, just what I needed. Just gotta go slow, take my time. It's a good workout. Did you lose the Wi-Fi? One hard part down, but I don't think the kids are going any further. They found a Wi-Fi spot. My son's learning how to whittle too. He's whittling a stick. So we may have to pick them up on the way back. They found the Wi-Fi. The rest should be pretty easy. That one little hill there is kind of rough on somebody as big as me, but it's well worth it. Okay, so I think I found a decent composition. It's definitely not the best one out here, but I just couldn't pass it up. We're moving towards a different area, but this is on the way, and to me, it shows your typical cowboys-like scene out in the desert. You got these old, gnarly, stubby trees. Some of them are dead, some of them not so much, and these bouldering mountains. So I'm not sure how much of the mountain I can get into the shot, but I'm gonna to try to get a little bit of the mountain and this huge gnarly tree. I find it to kind of reflect what this area is like. It reminds me of watching old cowboy movies when I was a kid. It's pretty neat. So look at this real quick. I'll show you the composition, and then we'll quickly move on to the better scenes. So we have the cedar tree off in the distance, and you can see the bouldering mountain quite a ways off. And then we have this gnarly looking tree right here. Kind of reminds me of a cactus in the desert. There's a lot of trees like this around. If you check it out over here to the right of me, you'll see a hill full of these trees. I don't know if they're dead. I don't think so. I think some of them are, some of them aren't. But I'd like to see what it looks like in the spring. So I've got this composition set up. You can see the tree on the right side, kind of in the rule of thirds, following that line. You can see the cedar tree on the left side, and then the mountain in the background. I wish there were more clouds. It's kind of a sunny day. It's still early in the day and no clouds. So I'm not sure if it's going to turn out to be a good picture, but hey, you never know till you try. I'm going to give it a shot. So I've got my aperture set at f8. I'm going to focus stack it to get the tree and the mountain. So I dropped it down to 8 since I was going to focus stack it anyway. I've got my ISO down to about 50, and I'll probably do 3 or 4 or 2 or 3 different focuses, starting with the bottom, working my way up. Hopefully it'll turn out good. If so, I'll go ahead and throw it on the screen.
Now, I'm not quite sure why I did not record the taking of this next picture. I'm kicking myself for not doing so, but I just had to show it to you. This picture was taken in the same area as the last, but most likely taken the day before on our first scouting of the area. This has turned out to be one of my most favorite of the trip.
All right, we finally made it to where we were hoping to make it to today. I just love this spot. It's beautiful out here. I'm so excited to get out here some and just relax and take my time and look around, find a good composition. It's so beautiful. So this area, Oklahoma, it's kind of like prairie land in a way. It's grazing land. It's just kind of flat, and a lot of wild animals like buffalo and longhorns grazing open in the wildlife refuge. It's really nice. And then you have these bouldering type mountains. So I just don't know how to describe it. It's like a big pile of giant marbles of boulders. It's pretty neat. And then you'll find little places like this where there's like these little canyons that have been eaten out over the years with water. It's if you ever watched an old Western movie, it's right out of a Western movie. It's beautiful. I just love it. Maybe you can see the canyon right here, hopefully, right there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'll turn the camera around so you can see it real quick in a minute. But I'm going to take my time, walk around here, and see if I can't find a good composition. And then we'll go over that together, and I'll show you what I got. But check out this canyon. So I think I found these 2 shots or 3 shots that I want to get. First of all, I'm going to get this canyon with the landscape. Both sides of the canyon are kind of going in and pointing towards the water in the middle, of course. And the water's just beautiful going through here. So no particular subject other than the canyon itself. It's just a beautiful landscape. And I'm going to do ISO 50. I've got it set to f8 because I'm going to do a focus stack anyway. Go ahead and do f8, and it looks like I may go ahead and besides focus stacking, I might go ahead and do multiple exposures just to be safe. I think it's way overkill. I think I can get it 1 shot, but hey, why take chances? Why not do it while you're here? So we'll see how that goes. Now, this is that shot. Let me show you that one real quick, and then I'll go over the other compositions. Hopefully you can see the canyon here, and here's the water. I'm going to try to get the line of this canyon going down to the water, and this canyon, of course, they meet at the horizon, and here's the water flowing through there. So I will probably get this little rock in the picture. So that's where the focus stacking will come into play. Now, after that, I may turn it over and do a portrait, maybe even a pano. Now, there are a lot of people, I don't know if you can see them, but there are a lot of people down at the end. Hopefully, it'll give you some perspective of how big this place is. I may keep them in the shot, or I may just go ahead and remove them in Photoshop. We'll see how it turns out. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this picture. Guys ready? All right, let's hike back before it gets too dark. I'm kind of slow, so I am slow. I'm carrying about 2 or 3 of you guys on my back. Well, no, let's go slow. But actually, that'd probably be 2 of you on my back and 1 of you on my belly. Maybe it's the other way around. 2 on my belly, 1 on my back. That's how much weight I'm carrying. Be careful, no running, son. All right. It's done cooled down. Feels really nice out here. It's very peaceful. This is a popular spot. Fella over there doing film photography. Same spot. All right, guys, so that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're ever in the Oklahoma City area, close to Wichita Mountains, check out the wildlife preserve here. It's beautiful, man. It's like being in a cowboy movie. It's just beautiful landscapes and also tons of wildlife. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the landscape. Hope you enjoyed seeing my photos. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to click like, click subscribe, and send others our way. If you enjoy seeing more beautiful scenery and learning how to do photography as we do it, come join us. I hope to see you again next time. Thanks for watching. See you next week. Bye.